97.
And
Radio's Dream Team.
when I couldn't afford to race. So got a lot of years doing that and a little bit of a dirt car before currently being at Salem.
Awesome. Now, Heath, you're being very modest because you are actually the series point leader, and you've won the Gas Series season opener, and so I mean you're pretty good at what you do. But do you think it's an advantage to stay at the Salem track, so to speak? I mean, do you think you've learned that track a little bit more so than going and hopping around to other tracks?
Just as a kid, that's where I wanted to race, and whenever we started in dirt here where I live, that track had a fatality and it kind of shut down for a while, so kind of halted what we were doing. And so if I couldn't do that, then I wanted to go Salem. So basically I took, 7-8 years before I could build a car to save up the money to be able to do that. So that's the time I spent on the PC. Just got to race something, so that's the only thing I could do at the time. But now Salem's all I've ever wanted to do, and so as far as why we race there, that's the main reason. And the goal has always been to win a race, and then once you win a race, the goal is want to win a championship there, and that's been our goal probably after our second season, because I didn't ever think I had a shot at it, and then we started getting faster, and then we got really close 3 years ago and ended up losing out to Kimmel, but had a bad couple of years and a half lately, but this year's been great. So it started off good, and we've been heading doing the right things. So
Yeah, you are off to a great start, Heath. So let's go back. So you were talking about maybe finances and kind of doing it. So you kind of like the Johnny Cash song, you got it one piece at a time. So you kind of just started, I mean, so do you feel like that's gave you more of an appreciation by learning, like it is very expensive. We know that, the cost of that. And especially when you're funding it yourself, and trying to put together a car. So it took you about 8 years, is that what you're saying?
close to that, yeah, real close to that. Of course, as you go along, I've had people help me out. Been very fortunate, very blessed for the people that's come into my life that's been able to help me. And even people that let you pay payments on stuff and hold it for you. And just to be able to, to save that part that you needed, or the car, or the engine. And it's, without those people, we wouldn't be where we're at. So it took a long time to get up there. And once we got there, I felt like we sustained pretty good. And it took a few years before I realized that we actually had a shot even winning a race. So, but going in, we didn't think that. I just wanted to race there. That was just wanted to be part of it. Just be somebody that was in the crowd, able to run with them, stay on the lap. That was the main goal. But it's we've gotten faster. We've learned a lot, and this year's been going great. We've had speed for several years, but just never really could get over the hump. And I'm hoping that we can finish out the year good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're on the right track. So Heath, go back to some of your I guess, like, how old were you when you were sitting in the Salem stands? And I think this is cool for all of our listeners, because like you sit there and then you start getting the fever. Maybe you start thinking, I really would like to do this. This looks like something I'd really be interested in. And so, how old were you when you were sitting in the stands that really got you where you're thinking about where you want to be and where you're at today?
Locally, as early as you can walk. Of course, about like anybody that races, it's kind of born into it. Everybody in my family race, but as far as Salem goes, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 year old, is what I remember. I'd actually get dropped off in the stands, and my dad would go down in the pits, and I'd kind of just be up there by myself. But just seeing it, knowing what it is, how challenging everybody says it is, all the people that's race there. The banks, the roughness of the track, I don't want them to pave it. I want it to stay rough. I like the challenge.
All right, cowboy.
It's, yeah. Once you get something that's not like anywhere else, you don't want to lose what it is. So,
Do the high banks intimidate you a little bit there?
No, I like the high banks.
Okay, you're a thrill seeker, aren't you?
Yeah, the closer you get to the wall and the faster you go through the corner, the more exciting I get. So I like to go to a wider tire so we can go faster.
Oh wow. Well, tell us a little bit about your car. What kind of vehicle or what kind of car do you drive?
Well, about like anybody else. I mean, it's currently we're in a leaf spring car built off of a Nova, and everybody basically runs a Monte Carlo body. Got a 400 cubic engine in it, and old cup style transmission, and they're basically like I'd say like cup cars from the late 80s, early 90s is kind of what a little safer than what they had, but the cars are they're fast, they're on small tires, they're not easy to drive, and a lot of fun to drive. So I thought, if this series could get on a national level, it would get a lot more following, because it's back in NASCAR's heyday is basically what we're driving. So I wish we could get more exposure for these cars.
Well, just keep going. So the Monte Carlo, my mom had a Monte Carlo. Is that what, I mean, like, are we talking like a Monte Carlo like years ago, and you've just taken it up and you revved it up? Is that what we're thinking, or is that?
Well, the body, the nose and the tail, the roof, like an 88 Monte Carlo. That's basically what everybody's bodies are. The car itself is a leaf spring car. It's actually based off of a Nova.
So you have the best of both worlds there, right?
Well, we think so. This is the first year running leaf spring. My old car was just sitting here. We've almost got it done. We're actually coming Wednesday to test it, and it's a cool spring car. It was based off of a Oldsmobile, but it's a different style suspension. And this car here is a leaf spring, first year running, so it's been doing pretty good.
Sounds like it. Heath, so where do you call home?
Owensboro, Kentucky.
Oh, awesome.
About 2 hours away.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Erin says she's got family that lives there. She's got kinfolk.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
I'm from Beaver Dam, Kentucky, which is like...
She's from Beaver Dam. Is that, you guys relate?
Yeah. Beaver Dam's probably 25 minutes away.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a small world, isn't it, Heath?
It is.
Yeah, for sure. So, not to ask too personal, but your age. So, like, because there's like so many different, I guess, ages that do racing, correct?
Yeah, especially at that level. I mean, you got young people coming in, and people like me that's had to wait before they kind of get started. So I feel like I'm one of the older guys out there, but I really don't know how everybody is, but.
Some of the racers like we talked to are like 16, like some of them.
Yeah.
They're like so young. It's crazy how young this sport. I guess from the scale of the ages. You know what I mean? It's and I wonder, like if if I guess at an advantage that you would have is maybe a little more. You've done this for a few years, but then like somebody new, fresh would have an advantage too, because I guess they're new and fresh. I don't know. You know what I mean, right?
Well, it just depends. These younger guys, to be really good, you got to have a lot of seat time. And to get a lot of seat time, they start them out young. Mm-hmm. And like I think you guys talked to Papa Well not too long ago after he won. And he's younger. He's been racing. He's actually raced longer than I have.
Oh, wow.
Just because I wasn't able to. I didn't have the funds and didn't have nobody helping me. So he actually has more seat time than I have. Different cars and stuff, but just where he got started so young, go-karts and all that kind of stuff. So
right.
I just did the best I could, raced on the computer what I could afford at home, and just never knew I'd get opportunity or not. So you just never know.
Well, your story is like very encouraging for anybody, senior, and your dream is, I guess your dreams do come true, and it looks like your dream has come true, where you have got that part where you got the car and you're ready to go now. And I think you got to give a huge, I guess, appreciation to your sport and to what you do, and also for you to hang in there and realize, this is going to happen one day, and today's, and it's happening now.
Yeah, the good thing about Salem currently is they have the Crown Vic Series, which is a lot less expensive than what we're doing.
Right.
So you can't, if that series was going on at the time I was trying to get up there, I've already been there a lot sooner. So that gives people that don't have the funds to run one of these expensive cars the ability to actually get on the track, which is the only thing I wanted, is to get on the track. So that's good that we have that currently, and it's like a stepping stone maybe to get into one of these cars. Several guys have done that. So.
Well, and that's something I love. I like everybody can be a part, you know what I mean? And we know that some of that can get really expensive, and so it's a blessing whenever they have it where it's more affordable for people that really have that desire and have that want and want to do it, be a part of this. You know, it's a very expensive. I don't, I think it goes into more of a hobby than almost a job, right?
Yeah, I treat it as a job because it is a job in a lot of ways. I work 50 hours a week at my job, and then I'm, especially on a race a week or the week before, you're in the shop 25, 30 hours at night. So wow. It is to finish every lap and to make sure you're going to finish, you got to spend a lot of time doing it. And it is like a job, but you got to love doing it.
Right, definitely. So did you, I think you kind of said that, but I was wondering, so did you get a start like with a go-kart, a mini bike, or anything like that when you were younger?
Very, very short. Racing go-karts for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, and wasn't able to do that anymore because of some family stuff. And so at that point, I don't know if I was 10 or 11, something like that. And nobody really around to help me, so I ended up racing BMX bikes out of Louisville and Evansville. Something I can, afford a bike to ride, and it's the only thing I could race. So that's what I did that till I was 16. So.
Oh wow! Well, that's awesome. Now on the mechanics part, can you do are you your own mechanic? Is that something that you can save money on that?
Somewhat. A lot of the maintenance, I do all the maintenance. The only thing I don't do is build the engines. I don't build the cars or the engines. But once I get the car, I do all the maintenance and make sure everything's like it's supposed to be. And do a lot of repair work, things get tore up, things are about to break, make sure we fix those. But I have an engine guy and I have a chassis guy. So other than that, I have a guy that oversees. That lives here in Owensboro, that kind of oversees what we're doing, just kind of check in on with him from time to time. And I've had people throughout my stint at Salem racing that's helped me. Chucky Barnes Jr. has helped me a bunch. Just overseeing and giving me ideas and basically training me what to do. But been lucky, really blessed to have those people in my life that's just kind of guided me in the right direction and what to do, and make sure that what we do spend money on is the correct things to spend money on. So. Right.
Well, and that's a blessing if you can, the more you can do yourself, right? I mean, like you said, they're building it, but then you learn to maintenance it and keep it up, and if something goes wrong, or something, because those parts I'm sure get very expensive.
Yes, yeah, and we've got a good engine program. We hadn't had any engine issues, and the car's been great. Even the old car was great at one time. It got in some wrecks and kind of made it slower, but we got it back together. So we will be up there Wednesday to test it out. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's awesome. So we pray for good weather, right?
Yeah, that's been a battle all year for anything. Even weekends we're not racing. It's rained every weekend, so it seems like.
Well, tell us a little bit about, so we're for us in the stands that are going to be cheering you on. What color's your car? Tell us your colors and what number.
Number 16, and it's black, all black.
Ooh.
Of course, being a Dale Earnhardt fan as a child and growing up, got to have a black car. So it's hot, makes it hotter when the sun beats down on it, but I wouldn't have any other car. So definitely all black. Got a white, silver, red 16, and wore a black suit, black helmet. It's all black.
But again, I made reference to Johnny Cash, but there's also Johnny Cash too, right?
Yeah.
The man in black. There you go. Well, and Sweet 16, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you
it's a family number.
I was going to ask you.
Grandfather had it, and it's been passed down. So.
I love that. That's awesome.
Hmm.
Well, and I'm sure your family's very proud of you.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't like it because I'm here a lot, working on the car. But yeah, I've been very fortunate to have the support to be here and to do this. And like I say, I waited a long time to get to do it. So not sure how long I'll be able to do it much further, but we'll just do the best we can for as long as we can.
Absolutely. Then, is there any like, are you thinking in your mind ahead? Like, is there something else that you would like to do? Is there, like, are you at your ultimate goal, or is there like something more you'd like to do, or something else you'd like to race?
We're close to our ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal is to win a championship at Salem, and then we won the firecracker, and then we want to win the Halloween.
That's a lot of fun.
So that once I did those three things, I don't really have anything else. But if I had to pick something, I would say I'd like to try a late model at some point. Don't know that I'd ever be able to afford to do anything like that, but I feel like it would fit my driving style well, and I'd like to try it, but we'll see. Never know.
Well, you're going to be perfect for that Halloween. That black.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be cheering you on for sure. But going back, so you would like to, you said try something a little different. What kind of car is that you're talking about that you maybe would like to try?
Late models are up there in late spring, I think. I can't remember what month it was, June maybe. They're the CRA late models, and they run them in Nashville.
New Albany, Jeff, and Clarksville's home for Rock Classics 97.9 WSLM rocks.
We're back 20.
Just like to drive one time and just see how it is to drive one. They're a lot faster.
Wow. Well, and what's the speeds that you hit now? How fast are you going?
I'm not really sure. I've never really had anybody with a speed gun there or anything to really say. I would say somewhere around the top speed, maybe 120, something like that. I'm not real sure exactly. But somewhere around there.
Right, and you drive it like you stole it.
Yeah. We're in a half a mile, 19 seconds is pretty fast.
Yeah, I think so, definitely. So who's the person in your ear talking to you? Who's your main person there?
My spotter is Mark Royal. He's from here. Actually, he's right down the road from me. He's raced a lot of his life. He worked at Bruco when Bruco had a nationwide team, and he helps a lot. He's got a lot more experience than I have, so he's raced local a bunch. He's ran a lot of Halloween races at Salem, and we fit pretty good together. He knows what I'm looking for, and he knows when to get on me, and he'll let me on the radio. So that's what I need, somebody to push me sometimes. So.
Well, I think the spotting position, is really, I mean, like, you got to be an encourager, but you also have to be, very direct in what you're telling. I mean, I think that's a huge role for someone to be playing.
It is. It's important to have somebody that you mesh well with.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I've had other spotters and stuff, and I've had several that do great jobs, but just me and Mike, we kind of got the same personality. He knows what I'm thinking, and I know what he's about to tell me a lot of times. So we just kind of mesh good together. Once he did it one time, I told him I needed to come every time. So it ain't very often he misses. Just every now and then I might have to ask somebody, but.
Well, I that's awesome, and it sounds like you got a good group and a good crew, and so this is actually this coming weekend right here at Salem Speedway, and there's a lot going on actually during the Speedway. They're also doing some fundraisers. There's a great group I want to remind everybody called Cast, and they are actually partnering with a driver, and they're going to be doing a benefit. So there's I love the way Salem Speedway is giving back.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the way things went this season at Salem, and Glenn's doing a great job, and Nick taking it over has been great. I was really happy to hear when Glenn got the job and was leading CRA to come there. We needed some good guidance, and he's done that, and I think they got big plans for the future, and I'm looking forward to it. So I love that town. I love Salem. Every time we drive up through there, there's always motorcycles everywhere, or old cars. I just just that area. Just I like to live there myself. You know, and I just sometimes don't understand how you can live in that town and not be at the racetrack. But maybe just because I love racing so much. But I wish we'd get more of the actual town people in the racetrack to watch the races.
Well, hopefully what you just said will encourage people to get on out. You're right, absolutely. Well, sometimes it's hard, you know, to get that, you know, that hometown people. But I think they're doing great. I think Nick's doing a fantastic job, and I think to bring Glenn as a part of it is just like a no-brainer. They work well together. They, you know, this is a huge history of our community.
Yeah, and I think some people take it for granted what they actually have in their backyard there. Like I say, being a little kid, I'm driving 2 hours every time to come race there. That's the only track I'm racing at currently. So,
yeah,
just the history there and what they have. Anytime that place is open, I'll be sitting in the stands if I lived there. So,
right.
Like to get more of the people from the town in the racetrack.
I agree, and I think a lot of times communities do that. You know what I mean? Where sometimes, you know, you just, you know, it's right there, you know, at your beck and call right there, you know, like you said, you'd be in the stands every day. And the wonderful thing too, the great thing about Salem Speedway is they've kept the cost down too, and they've also made it very family friendly, and also for children, you know, they've got great, you know, specials for children.
Yes, yeah, you gotta have the kids. If you don't have the kids, you don't have the future. So
right. I
just
think,
like anything you do, if you don't have anybody at a young level liking it, they're not going to, you know, eventually all your fans will die, you know, be gone. So
right.
You got to keep the kids there.
I agree. Do you make a point though for people, for your fans, that do you take time for them for photos, and do you get to meet your fans and get to talk to those young kids? Do you take time for them?
If we get time, I wish we had more of that. We don't really get to do a lot of the driver intros where the fans come down. Anybody that ever comes down in our pit, or when we have opportunity to do that, you know, I got driver's cards. You know, it's got our picture on the back. You flip it over, and it's got, you know, a bio about me, and we sign those and give those out anytime we can. I wish we could do more of that and get the kids down there more. Sometimes, you know, we've had bad weather and things that make you have to push to get the show in. So
Right.
I like to see more of that, though. That is one thing I like to see more of.
Well, I think it's a good relationship when you get to meet, you know, if you're maybe younger and, you know, you get to meet a driver and, you know, and talk to them, or, you know, or get a photo, get an autograph. I mean, those are things that, like, you know, this is our future coming up, and you know, that might actually plant some seeds for somebody that wants to do it too, you know.
Yep, I agree.
Well, and I think your story, I love your story, and I love that, you know, I think you may be somewhat unique in that, and I think your story needs to be told. I'm so glad you shared it with us this morning, because there's a lot of, you know, stay with it if you believe in it and you want if this is your dream, and don't let, you know, we know finances a lot of times, you know, it costs money to do things. And what a blessing, though, that that you're sitting here today. You've waited all of this time, and now it's payday. You're paid off, and you're paying, and you're getting to be a part of what your dream.
Yeah, it's been great. You know, just being able to race there and just being somebody that was relevant is really all we wanted at the start, and just to be able to run with those guys has been awesome. But we still got a lot of work to do. Still got 4 races left. It's a lot of work. 3 races in September. It'll be a tough September. So.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're accustomed to that kind of stuff, right? Those are just little speed bumps. You can get over all that.
Well, that's why we're working on this backup car, because you just never know what's going to happen. So you got to have another one sitting there just in case.
That's a good idea, good plan. Heath, this isn't your first rodeo, you know.
Well, we're in a position to capitalize, and I just don't want to give it up. So.
Well, I hope you make a lot of money. I hope to see you in the winner's circle there, Heath. And it sounds like you're awesome. And I know we're excited to see you race this Saturday. And keep up the great work and stay safe. Okay, be careful out there, but drive it like you stole it. Okay.
We'll try. We will try.
All right. Well, we'll be cheering you on. The black car, number 16. Everybody wear black. Do a blackout for Heath. And if you have the number 16, wear it. And let's cheer you on, okay? We'll be in the stands cheering you on, Heath.
I appreciate it. Unless it's 100 degrees and we're white.
Yeah, okay. The only time that Heath will suggest you wear white unless it's 100 degrees. We appreciate that. Thanks, Heath. And also, don't forget your sunscreen, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I appreciate that safety. Will you be safe? And thank you so much for taking time this Monday morning. And be careful coming up. We're excited about seeing you. And keep up the great work, Heath.
All right. Well, thank you for giving me a call.
All right. Bye-bye, hon.
Bye.
Bye. Best day ever. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, Erin.
Yeah.
What a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think sometimes, like, we know that, like, it costs money to do everything, right? And a lot of times that can be such the obstacle, I'd love to do this or I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
And in sports, like, like that, sometimes, like, sports like that or is kind of can get very pricey. We know that.
Yeah. I don't know how people do it.
Well, and a lot of times they have to have their, like, working other, their day jobs to, to be able to afford this. And just like he's saying, and so that's a lot of juggling, a lot of hours.
Like a second job.
Yeah, exactly. And so then, but I love that, his story of if you want it, stay with it and keep
work
on.
For it.
Yeah, work for it. Exactly. That right there, when, I love stories like that.
Me too.
So that's pretty cool. So he sounds like he's pretty awesome. And he's very, I guess, focused.
Yeah.
Dedicated.
And humble.
Very,
Yeah.
Very much
I think a story like that is better than someone that had it all handed to him.
Yeah, I
think
think
he appreciates everything because he had to work for it. You know, I think that means more.
Yeah, I think it means a lot.
Yeah.
And I think definitely, and I think that these drivers have to learn their machines, their cars, so that they can fix them up themselves or do this, or if something's not sounding right, you know what I mean?
I don't know how people do that.
I know.
Like,
it's
when someone talks about cars, it's like a foreign language to me.
It blows my mind.
My stepdad will
okay?
be like, well, look under your hood. Okay, motor's there. What do you want me to look at?
I know. I'm the same way, Erin, on a vehicle. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's just, yeah.
Like, when I go to the mechanic, they could be fixing something that's not even wrong with my car, and I would have no clue.
Idea. No idea. I know. Well, and that's why it's nice, though, for these guys, that if they can do it themselves, they can save a lot of money.
Oh,
you know, I've been up to Indianapolis, and, I usually try to go up before the 500, and, like, there was a wreck, and, sometimes they're crashed or whatever you call them, and it's crazy to watch the pit crew, or, like, to bring them in, and the way they put them together, it's like, it's crazy to watch these people know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And then they put it all together. It's like Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
They put it all together, and then they go back, you know what I mean? And they are ready to go, and it's just like, what just happened here? Like,
I think that would be devastating, to spend all that time working on that car, and then crash it to the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, here we go again. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, have you ever, like, this is like, maybe this doesn't relate too much, but, like, have you ever done a video game? Like, because I love to do video games, like, just, and I crash every time.
Me too. I can't even.
If there's an animal on the side, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hit it. You know what I mean? No, I'm horrible. But
I can't even stay on the track. I'm way over
here.
here.
Yeah, that's me. Like, okay, but I want to say that I feel like I only have a few superpowers, Erin, just a few. And I feel like driving, I'm really a pretty good driver. But when it comes to, like, that kind of stuff, and, like, you have seconds. I mean, you're going, like, 120. You know what I mean? I mean, you have seconds to make that. You know what I mean?
No.
That, I wonder, I really think, I wonder if I could be that person in his ear. I'd like to be that person.
I would be a great cheerleader, but I'm not driving.
I think I could. You know
I'm a terrible driver. I'm the first one to say
But
it.
think if you were that person in his ear. Heath, what were you thinking? You
You're too close to the wall.
They never let the wife do that. You know what I mean? They never let
They should let the moms do that.
Oh, the moms? Oh, my goodness.
Rock out at work, rock out in the car, or wherever you are with 97.9 WSLM.
The hour, the Rick and Bubba show.
That's great. No, I don't think that's allowed. I think you have to have someone else besides.
I would be scared to death. Like, the one that we talked to, I know he was like a teenager, maybe 19 or something.
I think some of them were like right out of the womb.
I can't imagine Cameron.
You just come from the delivery room.
Get in that race car, boy.
You're in the race car. Yeah. Your first pacifier was a key.
Yeah.
To start the car.
I just can't imagine Cameron race. I mean, I would be scared to death. I'm scared for him to go to school.
He's so pretty. I don't know if we should put. I don't know his helmet. I don't want that hiding a pretty face. I don't know. I don't know that I would allow Cameron to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had football practice, the other day,
cute.
and he come home with a bruise on his arm, and I was like, you know, broke my heart.
Mama needs somebody to talk to her.
Yeah,
talk her down. I know. That's gonna happen.
I know, but it's just like you just get scared, you know, like
who hit my baby?
Yeah. I'll beat up an 8th grader.
The baby, Cameron's fine, but we don't know about his mom.
Yeah.
That's the football mom.
Yeah.
But I love football.
I do too, and I would never tell him he couldn't play or anything. You just worry like about concussions.
It's like everything. I know, but you have to let him. You know, I mean, you just gotta.
Oh yeah.
You got.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't know how you really feel.
No, I never tell him.
You have to go into the room and scream.
Yeah, put some dirt on it. It's fine. I swear I died once, and my dad told me to rub some dirt on it.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, whenever they get, you know, like somebody gets hurt, breathe. I'm like, breathe through it. You're okay. It's like labor.
Yeah.
Breathe. Use your breathing. I use those breathing techniques on people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I did with labor. It's
yeah.
Like, breathe.
Just breathe
Go
it
to your
out.
happy place.
Yeah.
Go to your happy place.
Cameron would be like, Mom, I know how to breathe.
You know,
because
I did all my children, and so I'm just like,
you did all your children
all
natural?
6 natural. I'm a John Wayne bite the bullet. You know what I mean?
not mess with Becky.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you. So whenever somebody gets hurt, I'm like, breathe through your mouth. You know what I mean? I use all my techniques, and I know. You know what I mean? Stay focused. Go to your happy place.
I can't even look at you the same anymore.
I know. I'm telling you. It's true. It's crazy, but it's true. I know.
Oh my God.
I know. It's
After
crazy.
the first one, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do 6 more.
I know.
How many do you have?
I think it's 6. Yeah,
Oh,
6.
God.
It takes 2 hands, Erin, to tell. You know what I mean? One time, well, it's funny because I was eating, and someone said, "How many children do you have?" Well, I couldn't talk because I had my mouth full of food, which is very common.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So it took me a hand and 1 finger, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's 2 hands now. I'm a 2-handed mom. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, I know.
See, I would love to have more kids, but I swear I would be like you, but I would have all boys, and I would have 7 Johnny Knoxvilles.
I'm telling you right now, it was such a, you know, don't get me wrong, a little boy, which, you know, now I have grandsons, are fantastic, but I don't know, for me it worked, just everybody's different. But having the same worked so well. It wasn't I was trying. I really wanted, you know, me at number 5 and 6. I was like, we got to have girls. You know what I mean? A boy's not going to survive this.
Yeah.
So it was just I wanted a bigger family. I wasn't complete. I kept wanting that. And then when number 6 came, my husband, when I said I feel complete, he was like, thank God, praise God. You know what I mean? Yes. I think I even heard Dr. Cardi say, praise God.
Yeah.
I think everybody was, you know, But no, I just knew, and I felt done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and of course this is a whole other program. But until you feel that feeling, you know, you really, you know, you just never until you feel that feeling. But like with number 6, I felt like I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And number 6 is my wild card. Well, of course, they're all my wild cards.
Yeah.
But anyway, I felt complete with her, and I felt done. You know.
Yeah.
And I think that was the main thing. But I loved having the same. It worked out well for us. You know what I mean? It just and everybody's situation, you know, I mean, is different. But for us, our family, it worked out well having all 6 girls.
I would love to have a little girl, but I just know that I'm a boy mom. You know, you just kind of know.
Yeah, it worked out nice to have the same too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For us and everything we did, you know what I mean? You know, but my husband and the boy dog had to get along. You know what I mean? Had to figure out how to work with all
in
people.
The estrogen
you know what I mean?
ocean.
Yes, completely.
Yeah.
Yes. They hid a lot. They especially each month. There's a lot of hiding.
Yeah. I don't think it'll. Oh yeah.
Are you getting?
Yeah, because my stepdad had to do that because my mom has 3 girls, so I have 2 sisters. Well, when she married my stepdad, he had a daughter. Mm-hmm. So it was 5 girls and my stepdad. So he was. On that time, I'm mowing the yard.
Yeah, exactly.
With scissors.
Yes, I think, in all honesty, I think that you have to give huge credit to them. You know what I'm saying? And I think my husband could probably. I don't think anything scares him, surprises him anymore in his life.
And see, I don't think having the same.
I think he's well prepared for life now.
Yeah. I don't think having the same would be as beneficial to me because Cameron will be 13 in January. Yeah. And I don't have any of his stuff besides like sentimental things to pass down or, you know, like there's a 13-year age gap. Yeah. So, But I just know I'll probably have another boy. I would love a little girl. I really don't care as long as the baby's healthy.
That's all that
but
matters, yeah.
I just know.
That was me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was completely, I feel the same way. So I feel like God's got it all under control. You know what I mean? Just let him.
Yeah, we're good down here.
That's right. Let him whatever he decides. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But also, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We've not seen what today is. We got to see what today is. I know it's Monday, and I know it's a rainy day, so everyone, please be careful out there. And and I know I'm amazed at how well our community, and I know surrounding communities that got all that damage. We've heard the songs that have been played are the chainsaws, but I'm amazed at everybody in their cleanup. That's been a lot of work, and hats off to everyone. That's just a lot of extra that they've had to do, so hats off to everyone. But today is the 14th day of August. Today is Color Book Day. I love that.
Book Day.
I love coloring books.
I do too.
Yeah. National, the creamsicle. You know the creamsicles?
Oh, I love those.
Oh my goodness.
Those used to be my favorite.
Mine too. National Financial Awareness Day, and Autumn Scott Hall always tells us we should always be aware of our finances. You know what I mean? Always check in on your finances. Let's see here. National Tattoo Removal Day. Okay. National Wiffle Ball. Love wiffle balls.
I forgot about wiffle balls.
I know. Social Security Day. All right. Victory Day. I love that. Good old victory. Victory on a Monday, right?
Yeah.
We need a victory on a Monday, right? For sure. So those are some holidays. Get out and enjoy, all right? So let's go over, this is some other great facts, Erin. First of all, I do want to remind everybody real quick, we did talk about it briefly, but I want to remind everybody that, well, hats off also. I've got them all over the page, popcorn this morning. I did a live remote Saturday right here at our new tire place, right across from Walmart. It's to the west of Walmart. It's right.
Oh, okay.
It's right there, and they do roadside service. You need to keep that number. It's called the Washington County Tire Shop. So if you have a flat or anything, they'll come and service you. They do tractor tires. They do bike tires.
That's awesome.
They're fantastic, and they've got a beautiful location. They're wonderful, and it complements Walmart very well. So the two are going to be powerhouses right here on this east side. And when there was Hughes Tire that was in Salem for many years, and it went out of business, and so Mark and the gang picked this up right here. So this was a blessing for our community because we didn't have anywhere else, and I know Walmart. They get completely, a lot of, they get completely, what is it I'm trying to say? Packed with so much. So this is a blessing now that we've got a new tire place to help them out. And so we did the grand opening, and they put on the Ritz. They had brisket. They fed brisket and hamburgers. I mean, and they grilled out. They had beans. Oh my gosh. I was just, Erin, that's a lot. They were fantastic. They had kids games. They had toys. They went all out. So hats off to them. And that was this past Saturday. I was glad to be a part of that. And I know they're going to be very successful coming up. And what a blessing for our community. It's at 101 East Progress Way right here, Boulevard right here in Salem. And Mark Johnson, he's fantastic. And the whole gang, everybody was fantastic. So hats off to them. Also, coming up real quick, save the date on your calendar. This coming Saturday night will be the Salem Speedway. And actually they are doing a fundraiser for CAST, which we talked with Cassie Corp. And it's going to be, you can do sponsorship, you can actually be a part, and they're going to feed everyone. They're going to be talking. It's going to be a catered dinner at 6 p.m. and you'll have VIP seating, and the race starts at 7. All proceeds benefit CAST. And this is actually fantastic. So we're happy that the partnering with the school, with the CAST, and also the Speedway. I love the two. And CAST does so much for Dyslexia Resource Center. They do so much, Erin, great things, and for helping reading. It's great for our children and our community. So hats off to them. And then, of course, I know you're gearing up, and it'll be here before we know it, and you're going ahead and taking orders. Salem Crossing, the big Alzheimer's Association chicken barbecue, you guys always sell out. It's like crazy. And you roll down your window and you drive by, and you can just, the whole aroma just takes you in. You know what I mean? That everybody waits for this.
This will be my first one.
You just wait.
Yeah.
This community goes crazy for this.
Yeah.
I mean, really, And it's only $10 per meal, and you get a half a barbecue chicken, coleslaw, baked beans, roll, and cookie. And
Can't beat it.
No, and 100% of the proceeds go to the Alzheimer's Association. So, Erin, this is, and I know you're shared between the two beautiful buildings, and I know that this is a great, and I know you're going to be very proud of Salem Crossing for doing this. This is this is awesome. So, everyone, and it's going to be Friday, August the 25th, but I'm telling you now, they will sell out quickly. If you even, and it's great for, like, if you have a business or like an office, they will deliver, which works out great, and you don't have to leave. They bring the food to you, and it's fantastic. Or if you want to, like, if you are a business owner and you want to treat your employees, this is great.
Yeah.
So
cheap lunch.
Very good. Yeah, absolutely. And a good lunch.
Yeah.
Definitely. You might want to take a nap afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe not a lot of productive, but afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's going to be good. Okay, also, so those are some things going on. We'll keep reminding everybody about them. These are, Erin, 8 reasons why you're waking up tired. You ever wake up tired?
Oh, all the time.
It's because it's Monday, right?
Yeah.
You play, you pay, right?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like if you're dragging in today, you can blame it on the case of Mondays, but if you're waking up tired a lot, one of these things is probably to blame. Okay, here's the reasons they're saying, okay? Number 1, fatigue. Maybe you're underslept or you had a taxing weekend. Either way, you probably just need more sleep and a few more days to recover. So if you're constantly fatigued, get your annual physical to make sure there's not an underlying reason. So go to see your doctor. You know what I mean? If it's not. But wait, Erin is yawning.
I try not to.
Hey God, Erin, and yawns are contagious.
Yeah.
So, and I am like, once I see one yawn, I start yawning.
Yeah.
So this is going to be, I'll go right along with the pattern.
I really didn't even have like a big weekend or anything. I am just tired lately. I don't know what
well, then
it is.
you might need to go see the physician there to get checked out.
I've had enough going on lately. I don't even want to know what they got to say.
Yeah, be careful what you ask. Right? Yeah. Number 2, if you sit a lot. Okay, if you sit on the couch and never exercise, your body gets used to it. So doing anything physical is more exhausting. So try to get at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise each week. So get up and get moving.
I need to get back.
I think that is true. Like if you kind of get, get used to sitting, then your body gets used to that. So you got to get up and get moving, to get it going. And I'm a huge believer in moving, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I like
when I run in the mornings, I feel better all day.
Do you run?
Yeah, I haven't.
Wait, what? Okay, I did not know that. You are a runner. Oh my goodness.
I haven't in the past couple of months.
Well, you've started a new job, girl. Your life, as you know, you've got a whole new
I had
career.
Like 10 changes at the same time when I started this job as well. So
yeah.
But yeah, I usually get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and run 3 miles before work. I know, it's crazy.
I don't know. I'm just like, my mouth is dropped. Oh my goodness, 3 miles before work.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about getting a membership at the Y here because you can shower and everything. I could run, shower, and then come here on Mondays or go to work.
Does it hurt afterwards? What's it mean? I used to run. I was a sprinter, and then my best friend, she was a distant, and so I would always try to, so we could do something, we would run. And I've done some mini marathons.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But no, it's ugly. I mean, no, when I cross that finish line, it's ugly. I mean, no, I mean, it's like,
oh, yeah.
It's
so rewarding though. You feel so good after you get over the fact that,
It takes me a little bit to get there, okay?
Too.
Because you're taking a sprinter and you're making her do distance, which is a huge difference, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
And I'm horrible, trying to pace myself, you know what I mean? Because I want to just run and get it done, you know what I mean? Hey, let's do this.
And you have to pace yourself.
Oh my goodness, yes.
If you don't, you will not make it.
So she was really good at helping me on that, but it's funny because, you see these runners cross the finish line and, they look good.
Yeah,
No, mine's ugly.
I look like I just barely survived a hurricane.
Oh, it's ugly. I have no, it's not anything good when I cross that finish line. Yeah.
But I ran for and just in the past couple of months that I haven't been running, I gained 10 pounds.
Oh yeah.
And I don't eat a lot. I don't, but you just start packing it back on when you don't run because it builds your metabolism.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Yeah,
so it took me nothing to gain, 8 pounds, but still that's a lot in a couple of months.
That's a big difference. Well, but you are, you're adjusting right now. You're kind of adjusting.
Brownstown, Seymour, North Vernon, the region's rock classic station, 97.9, 97.9 WSL.
It just takes you a little bit.
Everything, it can be, those are things that you have to really take into account.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a further drive for me to get to Salem and my old job.
Sure.
So, and then school started back.
Yeah.
So
add one more thing to your plate, Erin. You know what I mean? Right? Just keep adding, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that those are things you have to allow for yourself. I always try to give myself, a little bit of, maybe excuses or a little grace, I guess, you know what I mean, on myself. But you'll get back into your groove. But I'm amazed 3 miles a day. That's great for you. Good for you.
Thank
you. I like to walk. I love walking.
Mm-hmm.
I love to exercise. Don't get me wrong. It's just a lot of times I don't find it's hard to get time.
That's why I do it in the morning.
Yeah, that's great.
If I don't do it before work, I won't do it later.
Oh, I think that's fantastic.
Because how do you? You know?
Right. No, I know. And then a lot of times after you get home from work, also like mental can really make you more tired than the physical. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're doing a lot of mental. I mean, you're doing a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of things you have to do. Yeah. So
I think that's why I'm a little tired too.
Well, sure.
Just like the adjust and
absolutely,
everything.
Yeah. Well, and then let's talk about this, which people are going to roll their eyes, but I like to grouch about that. Let's do the time change. Whenever they steal that hour from us, you know what I mean? You know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I still, I mean, everybody's like, oh goodness, she's going there. I know, but it robbed. It's not. We don't give that hour. It's robbed.
It's robbed.
It's robbed. I was robbed. Charlie Brown. I was robbed.
Yeah. Yeah, it never bothers me.
Oh.
I don't even notice
You're a better
it really.
person than I am, okay? I agree. Okay, you win. Okay,
Yeah,
you win.
good for you.
Okay, yeah, because I don't take it well. I'm sorry.
I have a few friends that
I
hate
need
it.
more hours. I don't need any taken away. I just need more hours.
I honestly just wish we had more daylight.
Oh yeah.
Just because like when it starts to get dark, you automatically feel like, oh, I need to be in bed, for some reason.
I know.
So I just wish it would always get dark at like 8, 9 o'clock. That's a reasonable time.
I like that too. I'm with you because and then just the opposite in summer it can be 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever and it's still light.
Yeah.
And then I'm not realizing that it's so early or so late. You know what I mean? I'm still eating my bag of chips and realize I'm eating chips and stuff at 9 o'clock at night. I don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Because in my head I'm thinking it's 5 or 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Then you look at the clock and the whole day's gone.
It's like I know. It's like what happened?
And you gotta think like when you get up in the morning. You automatically have to start your day. Get the kids ready for school or get ready for work. And then by the time you get home, it's like 5:30 most of the time, maybe even later. You got to cook supper.
And children feel like they have to eat,
Yeah.
There's something about that. You know what I mean? I always said, there's something about that, that was me, you know what I mean? Yes. And I always had trouble. That was my hard part, trying to make sure I had supper ready. You know what I mean?
By the time you're done with homework, done with supper, everyone's taking a shower, even a single couple, by the time you get home from work, cook supper, do the dishes, take a shower, it's 9 o'clock before you know it. And you just got to hurry up and do it again.
I would always try, my crock pot was like, I always usually had a crock pot going.
I can't cook, so I use my Instant Pot for everything.
Oh, I never had an Instant Pot, never had one. I've heard they're fantastic though. But I did the crock pot, but I would literally, now Erin, this is Mom Tips 101. Really, I would bring a bag of potatoes with me and I would peel potatoes here at work. Because, I know, at any given time, I promise, if I had a break, I would peel potatoes because, and then, there was no way to, you might have to have real potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Me too.
My girls had to have real potatoes. Well, there's no way to peel those potatoes and get them.
Not for 6 kids.
No.
I mean, what'd you peel? 3 bags?
Yeah, a big old 10-pound bag. Really, it was like big.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. And mashed potatoes are very important to us.
Me too, girl. Any type of potato.
We love our potatoes.
Yeah, in any way, shape, or form, I will take a potato.
I promise you guys. So it was funny because and the guys would always laugh at me, and I'd be like, well, how can the mom? Not
what
laugh
would you
is
like
bad.
Me to do, sir?
Yeah, they would just get tickled. You know what I mean?
You're over there.
We're peeling, and I can peel potatoes. Oh, maybe another little superpower. I can peel potatoes pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used the potato peeler.
I did.
I'm a cheater.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever gets it done. So, yeah, I would peel potatoes. But it was the only way to get it done. You know what I mean? So.
But the Instant Pot you can also use as a crock pot. It has like a slow cooker.
I've heard.
And then it has. I mean, you just can't beat it. Especially, I cannot cook.
Would you take an Instant Pot over a crock pot?
Oh, any day. Because the simple fact that I can also use it as a crock pot.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it as a normal crock pot all day if you want to, but then if you need to cook something fast, like it'll cook chicken in like 15 minutes fully done, and you could cut it with a fork.
Oh wow!
I mean,
I've heard good things.
You can do boiled eggs in it, and the shells just fall off.
Oh,
I mean, it cooks everything perfectly.
Well, when my crock pot runs out, maybe I'll go with that. You know what I mean? I just don't want too many gadgets, Erin. I'm like, I don't want. I don't either. I don't want any extra.
I don't
gadget.
like clutter.
No, that's me. So I'm trying to, so I have the crock pot right now, and it's still going strong. But when it says goodbye to me, maybe I'll do something a little different. Maybe I'll go switch it up a notch.
You should, just because you can still use it as a crock pot. I mean, you can put it on slow cook and let it go all day. I love it.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. Well, I always say, I always when the girls were little, I always say I'm romancing in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm putting the meat in. You know what I mean? Having it all ready. I'm romancing my roast, and then by supper tonight it'll be ready for me.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah. Now I did put. Everybody's like, why would she not go ahead and put the potatoes? I did put some potatoes in with the roast, but mine like mashed potatoes too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I did, but also you can put some. I mean, I had to put big roast. You know what I mean? We have a big family, you know what I'm saying? So I had to put, that was a lot of meat that I had to put in there. So you don't have a lot of room for, by the time you put carrots and celery and stuff like that, you don't have a lot of room for your potatoes.
Sure.
So the potatoes, so I know people at home are wondering, why would you not just go and put the potatoes in there?
Right.
But potatoes take up a lot of room that I
They do.
So.
Yeah.
There's a method to this madness,
and
I swear.
mean, well, how big of a crock pot do you have?
It's huge. It's the Indianapolis Colts, okay, which is like the cool. It's huge. I think it's like probably what they feed their players.
Yeah.
Probably a crock pot that the Indianapolis Colts. It's an Indianapolis Colts crock pot. And I'm going to say something bad here. Crock. No one's ever asked me, so I'm so excited to talk about it. It's this big crock pot, and so and it does good, you know what I mean? And so so that's probably, oh yeah, it's a big one,
The first thing I thought was, how do you feed a family?
It's an army.
It's an 8-person family.
Absolutely. And then if they brought a friend, if they brought a friend, which a lot of times happen, you know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Which,
6
you know
girls. Come on.
Oh, yeah, no worries. You know what I mean? Mom's in there. I'm there.
You should have just invested in Walmart.
Trying to add extra tomato juice to the chili.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. A little bit of noodles.
We got plenty.
Yeah.
No, it always works out. I don't know.
It does.
It's like a God thing. It always works out. You always have plenty. Okay, so we're talking about. Let me go back now. We just went off squirrel, Erin. Erin, you're hanging around with me. You know, I'm going to change your life here.
Yeah.
You're going to be all over the page.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to rub off on you here. Okay, so 8 reasons that we're waking up tired. We'll see here. Also, if you have anxiety or depression, people don't realize how draining it can be. And it can mess with your sleep too. See a doctor if you think you need help. Again, and some meds that treat anxiety and depression can also cause insomnia, which so keep that in mind too. So you want to make sure that whatever you're taking, or again, bottom line, go to your doctor. Your doctor knows. You know what I mean? Number 2, inconsistent sleep. You can't really catch up on sleeping 10 hours on Saturday to make up for the 5 hours the night before. So try constantly getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep. We've had that. It's been a few weeks ago. Where if you can try to go to bed at the same time, get up at the same time, kind of keep that schedule more of a routine. And I think everybody getting back into school will help somewhat that. Don't you feel?
Yeah.
More of a routine than the summer nights where you stay up till midnight or 1. You know, that's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah. Number 5, dehydration. I don't think we would take that serious enough. Make sure you're drinking enough water this time of year, especially if you're out in the sun. Just being dehydrated can make you tired.
Water seems like it literally heals everything.
I agree.
Anytime something's wrong, your doctor will say, hydrate.
I agree.
I think that we are just oh my gosh, they always say that, but I think it's true that if you increase your water intake, you actually feel better.
I agree.
Whenever I started running, I bought a gallon water bottle, and I was drinking a gallon of water a day. And I cannot tell you how much better I felt just drinking water, and my body just felt so much better.
Sure. Yeah. No, I think you're 100% right. Yeah, I think you're great. Oh, a gallon of water, good for you. I mean, you know what I mean?
Honestly, I got the water bottle that has the times on it. And it'll say, like, it's telling you, like, drink this much from 8 to 9, drink this much. And it tells you, like, what to drink through the day. And it's easy. It seems like it would be so hard to drink a gallon of water. Like, I could drink a gallon of coffee with no time needed.
Me too.
But water was, like, impossible for me. So I got the one with the times, and you just don't even need to think about it. You just drink it that little amount of times before you know it, you got a gallon of water down.
I love that. I did not know that. That's awesome.
You need one.
Yeah. I need to get one. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. If you have someone that you're sleeping with that snores, I have a bulldog that snores really bad. Yeah, well, she on a good day can't breathe right. You know what I mean? There's this bulldog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think of her makeup, just her. You know what I mean? Her body. Yeah, she snores ridiculously. Yeah. Okay, number 8. It's horrible, Erin. I know. The degree of difficulties. I know. She probably is gonna be mad that I'm telling that, but she sleeps. I don't think she cares. She snores. Anyway, her tongue's out all the time too. Her tongue's too big for her mouth. And her tongue's out, she snores.
We had a pug as
well,
children.
they'd be the same way.
Constantly. Yeah, I know.
Okay, number 8, sleep disorders. People that have sleep apnea can wake up 50 to 100 times throughout the night. If your watch will tell you like how many times you wake up, it's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Or if you have that sleep, like not the survey, but where they do the sleep study.
Yep.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, and so some people never really hit that deep sleep. There are apps, that can track your sleep pattern, which I've done that before. Or your doctor might, again, going back to your doctor, wants to send you to a sleep lab. That's what they're called, to find out more results.
Yep.
So, yeah, those are it's nice that we have those, So again, go back to your doctor, right? But all right, Erin, we are there's a lightning alert going on right now till 9:30 a.m. So just be careful. It's Monday. I'm thinking and nothing's happening.
Yeah. The lights are on, but no one's home.
Home. Tell me about it. It's so true over here. The struggle is real. Okay, there's a lightning alert until 9:30 a.m. So if you're outside, please be extremely careful. And there is kind of a severe storm going on right now. So please be careful. Watch out for that lightning. Be safe, okay? Play it safe. All right, Erin, we got to get out of here. Time flies when we're having fun, for sure. Thanks for hanging out with me on this wonderful Monday. And I want you to have the best day ever. And, it's Monday. Started off right?
Yep.
Rainy day and Monday, right? For sure. All right, let's thank our sponsors.
We have Meadow View Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Teas and Tumblers, Fox Pearly Wealth Management, Po' Boys Barbecue, and Leader One Financial.
And also thank you to Heath, our race car driver that called in this morning. Everyone have a wonderful day.
From South Bend to Evansville and from Vincennes to Richmond, all over Hoosier country. Catch Indiana University football all season long.
He gets away. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
The Hoosiers kick off the season against Big Ten foe Ohio State Saturday, September 2nd on the Neal Tire and Auto Service Radio Network from Learfield.
Come out and see Mark Johnson, the new owner of the Washington County Tire Shop. Mark and his family would like to invite you to come out to the grand opening this Saturday, August the 12th from 11 to 4 at the new location at 101 Progress Way right here in Salem, right across from Salem Walmart. Join them for free food and drinks. The event will be catered by the Morning Breeze Cattle Farms. Enter to win a $500 credit towards Mastercraft tires and more. At Washington County Tire Shop, you'll find tires for all your vehicles, oil changes, battery and electrical, preventative maintenance, brake service, AC repairs, steering and suspension system work. For more information, call them at 812-586-0490. And don't forget to come out and eat some great food and check out Salem's newest tire and vehicle store this Saturday from 11 to 4. See you there.
From South Bend to Evansville and from Vincennes to Richmond, all over Hoosier country. Catch Indiana University football all season long.
He gets away. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
The Hoosiers kick off the season against Big Ten foe Ohio State this weekend on the Neal Tire and Auto Service Radio Network from Learfield.
Do you ever wonder what it would be like to live without hip or knee pain? Schneck Orthopedics and Sports Medicine's new procedure makes it easier than you think. We're proud to be one of the first in the region to offer Mako robotic arm-assisted joint replacement surgery. This latest advancement transforms the way joint replacements are performed. Mako allows your surgeon to provide you with a personalized surgical experience based on your specific diagnosis and anatomy. This means less soft tissue damage and greater bone preservation, less blood loss.
Kentuckiana's home for the best rock classics 24/7, 365, 97.9 WSL.
Two conservative, heterosexual, gun-toting, football-loving, evangelical Christian white men. In other words, the two most dangerous men in America, Rick and Bubba.
It is 6 minutes past the hour from the No Name Studio from Sweet Home, Alabama to the world. Thank you for being with us. If you want to find all the different ways you can get the Rick and Bubba show, either live or archived, find them at rickandbubba.com. Speedy, the real Greg Burgess, Helmsy, Eddie Van Adler, all here today. And welcome back, Bill Bubba Buster.
Rick, glad to be here. Thank all of you for joining us. You never know here on the Rick and Bubba Show.
You don't. And, you know, over the years, we've introduced you to so many different people connected to the show. Some have become the focus of some Rick and Bubba Best of bits over the years, so you know their names. We have such a guest to start the hour, and that is Jordy Henson. Jordy, welcome to Rick and Bubba.
Good morning.
Doesn't it feel good to be on the air today and you're not having to clear the air on something that happened at church? Or you told me your first memory of realizing what have we done becoming my friend is when Sherry and I were members of the church that we went together for over 20 years. And you guys were talking about vasectomies, and all of a sudden he started getting in trouble at work. And he's like, what's happening? And he's like, this guy's talking about y'all on the show.
Yeah. When you broadcast and the vasectomy story is about Mark, there's many Marks.
Mm-hmm.
About Robs, there's many Robs. And then about Jordy, that sort of gave it away.
Yeah.
So,
not a lot of Jordys.
Yeah. So
and you got literally called out of a meeting, didn't you?
I was told.
Something to do at the bank.
I worked at South Trust Bank at that time, and I was told to go visit my office in Atlanta because a board meeting was going on, and unfortunately, people in the board meeting, instead of talking about the stock price, were talking about my vasectomy.
Really? Well,
yeah.
Look, when you want to be friends,
hey, lucky you.
When you want to be friends with this show, there's good and bad that comes with it.
I'm just saying, Jordy's a unique name.
It's a unique name.
Everybody knew who it was.
Yeah,
That's right.
they did.
You were so thankful.
It's not a Todd or Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get on the elevator that morning and ladies are giggling in the background, you're pretty much know it's going to be an interesting day.
I thought it was odd that it was some kind of class project that all the men were getting vasectomies on the same day, one after another. I thought that was odd.
The amazing thing is you didn't exaggerate. You didn't exaggerate at all. I mean, there was no stretching of the truth at all.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Right.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah. Well, just stay with the topic. So you have you've been on the show on and off a lot. You know, you were the one, Bubba, if you remember, who had the great idea of the Passion House.
Yes,
You know,
that's one of my favorite stories.
One of my favorite Rick and Bubba moments of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
be careful when you get that magnetic sign.
Yep.
Who knows
where you cut it?
Who knew that you take the use out of house and you get a hoe?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's true.
Yeah,
we didn't know that. Yeah, we learned that.
We learned that.
Yeah, we did. And you know what? Let me tell you about your little heart. Your heart's always in the right place. It is. You know, and there's a lot of energy with Jordy. You know, when he's in charge of a project, buddy, he is out at the forefront and he's pushing.
He is. He's a go-getter.
He's a go-getter. He
beats the bushes.
He's
God
aggressive.
is good.
So that's just me establishing for those out there that go, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and so they know. But today we're here to talk about something that is this is going to be a battle. And we've been walking with you on this and praying about this for several months. And you have a diagnosis now, and that you just like anything as followers of Christ that comes into our life, it's always a platform whether we want it or not. So why don't you, in your own words, tell the audience what's going on?
Yeah, well, as you said, storms are not an option.
No.
Storms are reality of life.
Right.
And for whatever reason, when God created this earth, put us on it, we entered into some spiritual battles that are all around us.
Yep.
And so about 6 months ago, I started having some quivering, some twitches in my left shoulder. No big deal, I'm going to take ibuprofen, this, that, and the other. Long story short, Kim got me to go to the doctor.
Kim is Jordy's wife.
Yeah, was very diligent. My doctor was, David Wynn, and next thing I know, I'm going to a neurologist, getting all kinds of tests, and ultimately was diagnosed with ALS, which is not words you want to hear from your doctor. And of course, I told him, "Are you sure? Are you?" And he said, "Yeah, I think that's where we are." And so that just began a journey, as you know. I brought the tight inner circle of our brothers and sisters, you and Scott and Mark and your wives, and we just began a journey to figure out what's going on. Took me a few days to sort of get my legs back under me, and then as clear as I possibly could gather it, I just felt the Holy Spirit say, "Hey, I'm with you.
Yep.
Not against you. I'm for you. God's on high. He's not losing his mind. He's not out of control. Jesus is at the right hand of the Father interceding for me.
Yep.
And the Holy Spirit's going to walk me every step of the way. And Satan is against me.
Yep.
Satan's our enemy.
Yep.
And he's not going to get an inch."
Amen.
And so I'm just blessed to know that I win regardless.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna fight like crazy to live as long as I can, as good as I can. To live as Christ, to die as gain.
Yeah.
Of course, Paul at that particular point in time said, "Hey, I'd rather be in heaven." I said, "God, just between us, I'd like to live as long as I can."
Well, it goes back. Think about what Paul said, though. He said, "But if it's better for y'all,"
absolutely,
the people he was discipling and shepherding, "if it's better for y'all that I stay,"
yeah,
and that's you and your family and your friends and the ministries, all the ministries he has you doing, which he's really moving in those. That's what you're saying. If God says for me to serve y'all is a better thing, then I can wait on heaven. We'll all go together, but I'll stay here and serve y'all. And in Paul's case, God told him at that time, it's better that you stay.
Right. Yep.
And we're praying that be the same thing here.
Yeah. But I'm good either way.
Right.
I guys, it's unbelievable. You teach for so many years, and you talk about the peace that surpasses understanding. When the storm came, because our house was built on a rock,
amen,
there was some wavering, but the foundation held.
Yeah, just like promise.
And I have such a peace, that Kim gets mad at me, but I'm kind of excited about the journey.
Yeah.
Just to see what God's going to do.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate y'all letting me come and share this.
Sure.
In a public forum, because we're going to get after it.
Yeah, and we come back. I want to talk more about some of the things you're finding out about ALS, which is interesting, and also that people can actually follow the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And there's already thousands of people that are doing that.
Crazy.
Isn't that what the platforms we have now that we can get out and reach people and talk to them all over the world?
Yeah. Well, the girls set up a
always find young people to help you with this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Facebook, and now it's on Instagram. And they said, "Dad, make a video." I was like, "Okay." I'll make a little video. And then Holly calls and she says, "Dad, there's like 12,000 people that have looked at the video."
Right.
I said, "I don't know 12,000 people."
Right. Yeah.
She said, "That's not how it works."
Right. Right. Yeah.
And the testimonies that are coming from that, it's just unbelievable.
Well,
God is good.
We'll come back and we'll talk more about it, but I think the first thing that Jordy just said, for some of you that you may be new to the faith, or you may not know this, but Jesus talking about the wise man and the foolish man in Matthew 7, about building your house on Christ versus not doing that and building it on sand. But I think the part that sometimes I know I have overlooked, because I don't like to see it, is the storm hit both houses. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we think, oh, okay, and there's some bad theology out there about that. If I'll build my own on Jesus, then I don't get the storm. No. Both houses got hit. Yeah. It's just one stood and the other was demolished. Yes. Good. So both houses get the storm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't say putting on the full armor of God is optional.
No.
He said put it on.
Right.
Because the schemes of the devil are coming after you.
You can't choose saying, I don't want to be in the war.
Yeah, I'm not going to play.
I don't want to be in the war. The war's in you in it.
Yep.
So you better get ready for it.
That's right.
So we'll come back and we'll talk to more about Jordy Henson and things that you finding out, because this ALS research at one time,
it's still considered very rare, but it seems like you're hearing a lot more about it.
Yeah, you are. But the good news is there's also maybe some glimmers of light out there that are great. Some of the things that God's put together with your treatments are amazing. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Rick and Bubba.
Looking for peace of mind when it comes to your car's performance? Look no further than our friends at CarShield. With plans for every budget, CarShield offers protection plans that cover more parts than ever before. Whether your car has 5,000 miles or 150,000 miles, plus they offer plans that come with roadside assistance 24/7, courtesy towing, and rental car options. Call CarShield today at 800-465-6550 to save 20% on your plan. 800-465-6550, or go to carshield.com/Bubba. Our friends at Field of Greens just got one of the best testimonials. Listen to this. I've been taking Field of Greens, and this is my second time my doctor has danced into the room praising my blood results. Credit where credit's due. Thank you, Field of Greens. Field of Greens can't promise your doc will dance into the room, but they can promise your doctor will notice your improved health or your money back. Let's get you started with 15% off. Go to fieldofgreens.com, use the promo code BUBBA for 15% off, or go to rickandbubba.com under the sponsors. Our friends at TheraBreath have some good news if you have bad breath. Try TheraBreath Fresh Breath Oral Rinse. TheraBreath is dentist formulated by Dr. Katz himself. TheraBreath doesn't mask bad breath like those burning alcohol mouthwashes that can actually irritate sensitive mouths. It's alcohol-free and free of gluten with no added dyes or colors. Find TheraBreath in all your favorite retail and drug stores. Look for the bright orange cap or online at TheraBreath.com. You can find a direct link at rickandbubba.com under the sponsors. TheraBreath, confidence in every capful.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Wake up, people. You are optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids, to work, to friends, and everything in between. You have to get sleep, and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better, night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number.
It's the biggest sale of the year. Save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition Smart Bed, plus special financing ends Monday. See store for details.
Thinning hair is normal, but it doesn't have to be your fate.
Once I started taking Nutrafol, I could visibly see my hair get thicker.
Nutrafol, the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand.
Nutrafol has taken me back to the hair I was meant to have.
Join the 1 million people growing at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. Paid for by Nutraceutical Wellness, Inc.
At Taco Bell, we like to keep mornings simple because before 11 a.m., you're not down for whatever.
No.
You're not interested in trying new things.
No.
You want a breakfast that's toned down and delicious, like the Breakfast Crunch Wrap with fluffy eggs, sausage, melty cheese, and a crispy hash brown in a grilled tortilla.
I want to eat that.
See? You may not be a morning person, but it's morning, and you're a person. Taco Bell breakfast, served until 11 a.m. At participating Taco Bell stores during breakfast hours only while supplies last.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine what could relief from IBS-C mean for you. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Elmira, Corydon, and Maringo's home for rock classics. 97.9, 97.9, WSLM.
Pass the gravy, please. Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba. Ooh, it brings
21 minutes past the hour. The Rick and Bubba Show, 866-WE-BE-BIG is the number. Jordy Henson, our guest, as he just told us, he's been a friend of the show for as long as we've been in Birmingham, so since 98. So, and I think you and I met somewhere around 98, right in there, when you came to our door and invited Sherry and me to come to church. You and Mark Garnett. So that's how long we've known each other. That's a long time. So, and you've been part of the show for a long time. So, Bubba was just talking about it in the break. So, what is it like to hear those words? You have ALS.
For me, the first thought was, now ALS, that's not good.
Right. Your mind literally does that kind of thing.
and then just processing through, okay, what I do, what's that mean, and unfortunately with ALS right now, there's no chemo, there's no radiation, there's some medicines that they've come a long way with, and then the amazing thing that's taken place is the research.
Yeah.
That has taken place that just boggles your mind what has happened over the last year.
Yeah, because you're finding out you're now part of a group of people that have access to things that nobody's ever had before. I know it's experimental, but still.
It's unbelievable.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so keep in mind with ALS, I mean, there was a time 20 years ago or so, it was just a death sentence. I mean, you're just going to deteriorate and then they came out with a few medicines, and then they got into stuff that I don't fully understand, but into the genome, into gene therapy and understanding DNA and RNA and big R, little r kind of stuff.
All that kind of stuff, yeah.
Which I'm like, I remember that from biology in high school.
Well, I know they've been talking to you about, they think yours was a genetic.
So yes, so immediately my doctor, which is unbelievable, y'all. We prayed and we decided, hey, UAB's got a tremendous clinic. But for me, I was just looking, I wanted to be research focused, and so the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville,
Jacksonville, Florida.
That's it,
yeah.
Jacksonville, Florida. And so that's where we went. And immediately he tested me for genes. Okay, there's a gene, and if you go to Journey with Jordy and Kim, there's some of this stuff on there.
By the way, that's where you follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Journey with Jordy and Kim.
Yes.
Journey with Jordy and Kim.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. And so there's a gene that they have been working on that is a really harsh gene. I don't have that gene, praise the Lord. If you have that gene, you will get ALS.
Mm.
And you know, I didn't even know this existed, but whole families, dads dying from ALS, brothers dying from ALS, uncle, it's tragic.
Genetically, so if you had that gene in your family, it just rolls through.
It just rolls through.
Mm.
And so they began a study on medication, went through research, and in April of this year, so
this year.
I was diagnosed officially May 1st. So the month before I was diagnosed, FDA approved a drug that had been through research specifically for that gene. Well, in June, which is 2 months ago, there was testimony of people taking that drug that for the first time in history, there is some reporting that they are getting some function restored.
Wow.
I mean, when I went May 1st,
little spark of light right there.
I jokingly said to my sweetest doctor, who is a tremendous, brilliant guy, has no idea how to take me.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so has anybody ever recovered from this? And he said, no, Jordy, I'm sorry to say they haven't. I said, okay. So I guess there has to be a first one to recover.
Yep.
And he looked at me and he said, well, logic would be, yes, eventually there has to be a first one. I said, why can't it be me?
Right. But in a Swedish accent.
Yes.
Right? I know you wanted to go into
I wanted to,
it,
but
you don't really have a Swedish accent.
I did.
You ventured off in it.
Yeah,
you tried.
Did I really?
A little bit. Can I tell you what you're doing is enough?
Okay, because
don't. It's giving us.
I mean,
we're
talking about ALS.
Well,
I don't want you laughing at me.
Right. You know what it is? You're giving us he has some sort of accent. That's all we need.
Yeah.
He does.
I detected you try to go into
I did, but I didn't do it.
But
I was
you veered out of it.
Self-control.
When he said Swedish, I thought he meant he was really nice.
Yeah. Swedish.
Sweet.
That's what I thought.
Swede.
Hey, he's awesome. He wears a bow tie, as crisp and clean as you could possibly. His tailored suit is about 4 inches too short because he wears happy socks.
Oh, he wants somebody.
Hey. Right. I get fired up.
Do you like his happy socks?
Oh yeah.
They make you happy?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They work.
So he said we're seeing some results with those who have the gene.
Yes.
But then in June.
Okay. So I didn't have that gene.
Right. Which was good.
Which was good
for your family.
Want my kids.
For your family. Yeah.
I don't want that.
But bad for that drug, cause that. Right.
Yeah. He was like, well, we can't take that drug. I'm just like, I don't care, because I don't want my kids.
Right.
Well, there's another gene that they started research on 2 years ago. And this gene, in my words, it correlates to ALS, but doesn't directly correspond to it. In other words, there's a lot of people that have this gene that never get ALS. But there's a good number that have this gene, like me, that something triggers it.
Right.
And they do get ALS.
Right.
Well, they have been working on this drug for 2 years. There's 90 people in the country in this research project, and I'm basically 89 or 90 in that research project.
So you got in just on the wire.
So I got in 2 days later. It was full. And if I had time to tell y'all how God had directed my path, the aggressive nature. We got an appointment at Mayo Clinic in 2 weeks.
No.
2 weeks. We show up and the doctor's like, I'm not sure how you got this appointment. I said, I think I know how.
Right.
To be that close. And so last week I took my first infusion. Now, hopefully I got the medicine, but it could be a placebo.
We want to talk about it when we come back to this placebo thing. I didn't realize that America versus other countries when it comes to placebos. By the way, you want to be here when it comes to placebo.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk more about that. And let's talk a little bit about how that came together. Okay. Because that's pretty fascinating.
Okay.
So again, if you want to follow the story, because he's going to be doing updates, the family's going to be doing updates. It's Journey with Kim and Jordy, or Jordy and Kim?
I've put them in. I put Instagram and Facebook in show notes at rickandbubba.com.
That's all you got to do.
Quick link.
Just go to show notes at rickandbubba.com.
Why would you ask me that?
I know. I don't know what I'm thinking. I should have called Kim. We'll be back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Who's squeezing in one last getaway this summer? Protect your home with the latest innovation from Simply Safe Home Security 24/7 Live Guard Protection. It's designed to help stop crime in real time. Now, if an intruder breaks into your home, Simply Safe professional monitoring agents can actually see, speak to, and deter them with the new Smart Alarm wireless indoor camera, warning them that police are on the way. The new Smart Alarm indoor camera is the only indoor security camera that can trigger the alarm and instantly deter intruders with a built-in siren. 24/7 Live Guard protection and the Smart Alarm indoor camera work seamlessly as part of the entire Simply Safe security system to keep your whole home safe from break-ins, fires, floodings, and more. Our listeners get a special 20% off when you sign up for a free month trial of Fast Protect Monitor. Visit simplysafebubba.com, or you can always visit rickandbubba.com under the sponsors for a link. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Folks, we've been talking about Relief Factor on our show for quite some time now. Do we guarantee Relief Factor is going to lower or eliminate your occasional aches and pains? No, we never make a claim like that. But what I can tell you is that the majority of folks who ordered the 3-week quick start pack for only $19.95 go on to order more. Now, what we really like about Relief Factor is it's 100% drug-free. It's a supplement that's made up of ingredients that simply help your own body deal with its natural inflammatory response. For a lot of us, that's very important. Getting older, working outside in the warm weather, even exercising can cause frustrating aches and pains, or maybe it's the occasional back, shoulder, or hip pain that's bothering you. Relief Factor has helped us and so many of our friends, so when you think of it this way, is $1 a day too much to see if you can get out of some of that frustrating pain? To order this 3-week quick start pack for $19.95 plus shipping and handling, just go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com. Let's see if we can get you out of some of that pain. Also, you can go to rickandbubba.com. Look under the sponsors button for a link. Are you looking for peace of mind when it comes to your car's performance? Well, then look no further than our friends at CarShield. We know that auto repairs can be a headache, especially when they come out of nowhere. That's why we have CarShield. You don't have to worry about the rising cost of car repairs. Plus, you can lock in your price and it will never go up. Even if your car is over 3 years old, it's still prone to expensive costs. With plans for every budget, CarShield offers protection plans that cover more parts than ever before. Whether your car has 5,000 miles or 150,000 miles, plus they offer plans that come with roadside assistance 24/7, courtesy towing, and rental car options to get you back on the road quickly. CarShield is dedicated to protecting what you drive because it's just a matter of time before you're going to need repairs, so don't wait till it's too late. Call CarShield today at 1-800-465-6550 to save 20% on your plan. Lock in your price and it will never go up. Call 800-465-6550 or carshield.com/Bubba to save 20%. Our friends at TheraBreath have some good news if you have bad breath. Try TheraBreath Fresh Breath Oral Rinse. TheraBreath is dentist formulated by Dr. Katz himself. TheraBreath doesn't mask bad breath like those burning alcohol mouthwashes that can actually irritate sensitive mouths. It's alcohol-free and free of gluten with no added dyes or colors. Find TheraBreath in all your favorite retail and drug stores. Look for the bright orange cap or online at TheraBreath.com. You can find a direct link at rickandbubba.com under the sponsors. TheraBreath, confidence in every capful. Attention, all you coffee drinkers. There's a brand new brew that you definitely want to make part of your daily ritual. If you enjoy delicious, good coffee like us, My Coffee needs to be your new drink. It's organic, which is so important because if not, then it contains chemicals banned in this country decades ago. You've heard us talk about MyPillow for years on this show, and now they've got My Coffee direct from the mystore.com website. Go to mystore.com, enter the code BUBBA to save 25% off your order of My Coffee, or find a link at rickandbubba.com. Have you tried the innovative Helix sleep mattress yet? Well, nothing beats a great night's sleep, the kind you get with Helix. So we love them, and Helix has over 12,000 5-star reviews with customized mattresses that fit your sleep needs because they know everyone is unique. They even have big and tall mattresses and mattresses for the kids. But how do you know which mattress is right for you? Well, Helix has you covered. Just take the Helix Sleep Quiz and find the perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. Place your order and your mattress will be delivered right to the door free of charge. And the best part, Helix knows there's no better way to try a mattress than by sleeping on it in your own home. That's why they offer a 100-night trial for you and a 10 to 15-year warranty. Right now, Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders at helixsleep.com/Bubba. Best offer yet, by the way, and it won't last long. So if you've been waiting to try a Helix mattress, here it is. Now's the time. Head to helixsleep.com/Bubba for 20% off your mattress order.
Paoli, French Lick, and Jasper's home for rock classics. 97.9 WSLM.
35 minutes past the hour. The Rick and Bubba Show. 866-WE-BE-BIG is the number. As we make our way back, Jordy Henson hanging out with us today. Been a friend of the show for many years. Unfortunately, has been diagnosed with ALS, but there are some things that are going on in his journey. We got it in show notes today if you want to follow. He is going to document everything that's going on. So when we went to the break, you honestly, the doctor could not believe that you got an appointment at Mayo Clinic in 2 weeks. You've got one of the most sought after doctors that's doing this research, brilliant man, and you got in, how many was it, 90 people? You were like 89 who got in on this study. First of all, let's talk about the United States of America when it comes to placebo, because this is a experimental drug they're trying. You have the gene that may work for this. And
so how many in the study is placebo?
Well, it's like out of 90, it's like 22, 23.
But in America, if you become the placebo group, they can only do that to you for 6 months, right?
Right. And then they have to tell you, then give you a shot.
No, they don't tell you. I'll never know. But
okay.
After 6 months, I'm assured that I'm getting the drug.
And what we've been praying is we don't want you to be 6 months behind.
Right.
We want this to start treating right now. So that's been one of our prayers, and y'all can join us in that. That you're not.
Kim, about 2 hours after I had the procedure, it's a spine infusion. My stomach starts hurting. Therefore, we have. So I have to get up and go to the bathroom a couple of times.
Picture it.
Next thing I know, Kim's excited. I'm like, why are you excited that my stomach hurts? Well, that's the medicine working. That has to be the medicine.
Placebo wouldn't send you to the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I was like,
side effect.
Okay.
Yeah. Never been so happy about a side effect in your life.
How often do you get the infusion?
I'll get it every other week for 6 weeks. And then...
can you get it locally, or do you have to go back to Jacksonville?
I have to go there.
A lot of traveling.
It is a lot of traveling, but I think I can share this.
Here we go. This is where you get called to office again.
Yeah.
You run your own business now. Who cares?
So so in between, I have to go every week for 6 weeks, because in between, I have to do a research clinic like this.
And that's this week, right?
This Wednesday. And they're very serious about all the tests and making sure they keep up the research.
Oh yeah. Well, they want it to be good.
But here's the thing. They're paying for it. Everything. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
He said he can't believe. He keeps trying to tell me, you don't mean you're gonna pay for that? And they're like, yeah, we're paying all that.
For me and Kim, because she's my caregiver. And I'm like, Lord, you've got to be kidding me. So God has just been, man, he's all in this.
Oh yeah.
He hates Satan worse than I do.
Do you think he was caught by surprise?
No.
You think an angel ran and said, you know, Jordy Henson's got ALS, don't you?
Yeah.
He said, what?
Well, it's probably a UFO.
That's possible.
One of the,
you had to, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I just saw that book.
Yeah, but so you.
There's a better book. It's called the Bible.
Right. Yeah, that was the one I kept cross-referencing. But but in other countries, do you realize they put you on placebo and just leave you on it?
Yeah.
They'll tell you no different.
And you never know.
And you never know.
Yeah.
So we're praying that you're already started. Maybe the stomach attack was a good sign. We'll go with
Kim thinks so.
But you also are getting the opportunity, which is not the way we'd want it, but we'll do whatever he tells us to.
Absolutely.
Is that you're getting the opportunity for people to watch you as a man of faith, because I don't know the spiritual condition of everybody you're dealing with, but I would say that really anywhere we go, most of the people we're dealing with don't share the same faith you do, or they're seeking or trying to figure it out.
Right.
So are you already seeing some of that?
Oh my gosh, some of the stories that are coming from these videos.
Like even this doctor, I don't know his situation, but
I'm
he's watching
for
somebody
him every day.
Yeah.
Dr. Oscarson.
You're probably not saying that right.
I'm doing the best I can. That's the
Close
that's
enough.
that's the southern
Brilliant
version.
guy.
But just and the staff there is incredible.
Yeah.
Before I got the procedure, I just said, hey, everybody stop. I'm gonna pray for y'all because y'all gonna mess with my back.
Right.
So y'all need. And there's a guy from India. There's a guy from Sweden. There's a lady
whole
from
world's
Colombia.
involved, too.
The whole world's right there.
Right.
And it's such a blessing to be tied to the rock.
Yeah.
And what I really want people to know is when the storm comes, it's too late.
Right.
The storm is on you.
You got to be ready before.
So today, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, tie into the rock.
Amen.
Do the hard work.
Right.
Be the wise man. Because by default, if you're just going to go through and today's just going to be whatever the day holds, you're just going to do whatever comes before you, you're not going to think about, that's foolishness. Because you're not planning for what will ultimately come. We are all going to die. We are all going to face storms. Build your house on the daggum rock.
That's right. And that's not in every version of the Bible, the daggum part.
The daggum
that's
the Jordy Henson.
You can find that in the NIV, this Actor 2020.
Correct.
But no, you're right, because the point you're making is storms are coming. That's a guarantee.
Don't happen.
That's a guarantee. And to think you can avoid the storms is foolish.
Yep.
Jordy,
So be ready for them.
Yep.
Back to what you have gone through. What were your first symptoms exactly?
It started with a twitch. You know, I've always had these little twitches.
I'll never forget that.
So
lunch.
don't everybody freak out.
Yeah, because I remember when I said the first time you said that, we had lunch. He goes, "Do you ever have muscle flutters?" I said, "Yeah, of course I do."
All the time.
Yeah.
And I wrote it off like, "You're fine."
I absolutely do.
So this one became persistent. I mean, it was like nonstop. I'd go to bed and I'd be like, golly, I'm twitching. And it was a nuisance. It wasn't really painful. It was just a nuisance. And so Kim just started, hey, why don't you go to the doctor and see what that is? And I was like, I'll take ibuprofen. I mean, eventually it's going to stop. And finally, I was like, okay, I got it. I'll go to the doctor. And then one thing led to the other, and I started getting MRIs. I started getting a muscle where they cut a biopsy out of my.
See how your muscles respond to electric shock too, right?
They shocked the mess out of me.
Right.
And to see how I responded, and because ALS, there's not a do this test and this will tell us ALS or not. It's really a deductive. Let's check everything else. And if he's got these symptoms, and then this is his course of activity as it advances, and we've eliminated everything else, then it's ALS.
Which puts us all in a weird place. Y'all, I mean, seriously, we began to pray that he would test positive for something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we hope he's sick.
Yeah.
You know, and because every test that would come back negative, that was taking us to the destination of ALS.
Yeah.
And you have to share, because I know you have a tremendous sense of humor. You always have. You know, as usual, God's picked the right guy. You know, because you're not going to fall.
And Satan's picked the wrong guy.
Correct. See, he always makes that mistake.
Yeah.
He miscalculates this thing, and then once again, he's just going to be defeated again. He don't seem to ever learn. He picks the wrong people so many times. So, and he definitely picked the wrong one with you. So, but tell them the funny thing about the brain research, about how they asked if they can have your brain, and only this guy would start cutting this kind of deal.
So, so they I just told him, I said, look, you're my coach, I'm the quarterback. You tell me what to do, I'm gonna do it. Now, occasionally I can call an audible.
Right.
You know, that's
I'll do all I can.
But I'm gonna do whatever. I'll give you whatever. So he starts in on blood, and they take stuff out of my spine. I'm like, you can have all that. And he said, and ultimately, at some point, we would like to be able to get your brain, and some other tissue for research. And I said, well, I got to tell you that my brain is really special. I said, you're going to learn that my brain is very unique. So here's the deal. If you'll give me 15 years, I'll give you my brain. Now, if you come up short from that, you're going to have to come up with some cash or something.
No brain.
before we can work a deal.
Shorter than 15,
yeah,
no brainer.
Yeah,
15.
And he's like, okay, we'll see what we can do. Okay.
So
right.
what is your current situation? What have you lost function of anything already?
I've lost function in my left hand.
Completely?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I can't tie shoes. I can't like put on a belt. I can't button buttons. And the muscles in my arm, my left arm, have diminished.
Is that the only place it's really showing itself right now?
For the most part.
Yeah.
I get twitches other places, but for the most part, it's my left arm.
Of course, we're keeping a sense of humor on everything. We have to.
Yes.
To keep from crying. And it is a gift from God, or we wouldn't have it.
Oh, yeah.
And Jordy does some stuff for us with the man church, and I said, should I now put into one of the requirements headset only?
Yeah.
No handheld bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
Right. You know, didn't we? Aren't we doing that?
Well, Speedy's rolling me around in this chair like I'm already in a wheelchair.
Right. Right. That's him though. He's got that carry.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna rescue you.
Did I hear you discussing jet ski? Did I?
Oh my
on
gosh.
That too?
Oh my.
Oh wait, we'll come back. We got to do that. We'll wrap up the hour. All right, we'll come back. The thing about the jet ski, because he's forgetting. He forgets he has ALS.
Yeah.
Which I guess is right. It's a good thing. Yeah. It is
not when you fall in the lake.
Yeah. Right. So if you want to follow this journey, and it will be powerful, and it will motivate you, and it will help you. It's in show notes today. We'll be right back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
What if you could help turn back the clock and help your dog play like a puppy again, no matter their age? Introducing Dr. Marty Pet's Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food called the Miracle Worker by Forbes magazine. Dr. Marty is now helping dog parents right at home.
I've helped countless dogs thrive with one simple concept. Your dog needs a high-meat diet similar to what their ancestors ate in the wild.
Nature's Blend is designed to support your dog's healthy lifespan with turkey, beef, salmon, duck, seeds, veggies, and fruit, and with zero artificial preservatives. When given the choice between Nature's Blend and Amazon's #1 bestseller in dry dog food, 29 out of 30 dogs chose Nature's Blend first. For a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get free premium dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/free treats or text free treats to 511-511. Text free treats to 511-511.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Study available upon request. Message and data rates may apply. Paid for by Dr. Marty Pets.
The Dell Technologies Back to School event is on, with deals on top tech for class, hobbies, and more. Now, when you buy, you support a cause. With every eligible purchase, Dell will donate to UNICEF in support of GIGA, a UNICEF ITU global initiative to connect schools across the globe to the internet. Accidental damage protection included. Get rare deals on select laptops and desktops powered by the latest Intel Core processors. Save now at Dell.com/deals. UNICEF does not endorse any company, brand, product, or service.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Hey y'all, my name is Tiara, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is that it has the perfect amount of spice to jumpstart my day. Whoever thought of it, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Robert, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory, then you add the spices, instant classic.
Order the Spicy Chicken Biscuit on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real Chick-fil-A guests pay for their testimonials.
Wake up, people. You are optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids, to work, to friends, and everything in between. You have to get sleep, and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better, night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number.
It's the biggest sale of the year. Save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition Smart Bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. See store for details.
These days, every new potential hire can feel like a high-stakes wager for your small business. You want to be 100% certain that you have access to the best qualified candidates available. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs helps find the right people for your team faster and for free. Add your job and the purple hashtag hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile to spread the word that you are hiring. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the candidates worth interviewing. Did you know every week nearly 50 million job seekers visit LinkedIn per week? Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Bubba. That's linkedin.com/Bubba, or find a link at rickandbubba.com. Terms and conditions apply. Folks, we've been talking about Relief Factor on our show for quite some time now. Do we guarantee Relief Factor is going to lower or eliminate your occasional aches and pains? No, we never make a claim like that. But what I can tell you is that the majority of folks who ordered the 3-week quick start pack for only $19.95 go on to order more. Now, what we really like about Relief Factor is it's 100% drug-free. It's a supplement that's made up of ingredients that simply help your own body deal with its natural inflammatory response. For a lot of us, that's very important. Getting older, working outside in the warm weather, even exercising can cause frustrating aches and pains, or maybe it's the occasional back, shoulder, or hip pain that's bothering you. Relief Factor has helped us and so many of our friends, so when you think of it this way, is $1 a day too much to see if you can get out of some of that frustrating pain? To order this 3-week quick start pack for $19.95 plus shipping and handling, just go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com. Let's see if we can get you out of some of that pain. Also, you can go to rickandbubba.com. Look under the sponsors button for a link.
Mitchell, Bedford, and Bloomington's home for rock classics. 97.9 WSLM.
Bubba Show, MyPillow, and the Rick and Bubba Show been around together for a while. On MyPillow.com. Right now, the 25th anniversary sale is rolling at MyPillow.com, and you can go right now, get their limited edition MyPillow, get a queen right now for $19.98, or you can get the king for $10 more. Either way, during the 25th anniversary, you're going to save $50 on either one of them. Also, they've launched kitchen towels. 25% off will be the introductory offer. You can start the day off, too, with their 100% Arabica My Coffee, 50% off right now, and they'll throw in a Go Anywhere travel version of MyPillow for free. So they've got the slippers are $25. The Giza bed sheets, they are like the kind you get at a luxury hotel. They're as low as $29.98. So save, I mean, huge. I'm talking about speedy kind of savings by going to mypillow.com/Bubba, or you can use the link there at rickandbubba.com. Jordy Henson is our guest. We've been talking about the journey he's now on. You can follow the journey in our show notes today. He and his wife documenting their journey. He's been diagnosed with ALS. You're on the cutting edge of research. I mean, your case will be one of those cases that they'll reference and go, well, now we were doing this study, and we're all praying and hoping that some of these treatments they're trying will show promise. And, of course, we're watching this journey, but, of course, we all have a kind of twisted sense of humor here, and you definitely have it.
I do.
I
consider it a gift.
Yeah, well,
you know?
Yeah, and you're saying that you have ALS, which you've lost function in one of your arms to some degree, the hand to a pretty much can't do much with it, and you keep forgetting that.
I do.
Right.
I do. And so we were talking about. I had decided that I was going to buy a couple of jet skis down at the lake to enjoy them while I still can, or and have the kids enjoy them. And so I went down and had set up a time. They were dual jet skis on a 2-trailer system, and so real nice guy meets me down there, and he's going to take us to test drive them. So we get them in. I've only ridden jet skis 1,000 times.
Right.
No big deal. And so I'm gonna let Kim take the first one, and I'm helping her, and she kind of putters off, and she's going to do her thing. And I said, hey, I'm gonna catch you here in a minute. So the guy is now kind of helping me. He's holding the jet ski. So what do you do when you get on jet? Well, you put your left arm on the handle, and you're just gonna kind of step down and, well, unbeknownst to me, or I forgot, my left arm doesn't work.
Oh, Mom.
So as I began to take that step, my left arm like disappears.
Right. No.
And the guy's like, oh my goodness. I'm taking his jet ski.
Right.
I am falling onto the jet ski. My toe gets caught on the dock.
Oh,
The guy's like, oh lordy, wait, whoa. So it's moving out away from me.
Toes holding you.